Welcome to the 2022 Dayton 500 Demolition Derby for UNCF. We're bringing you a new event this year to add to the 500 race, and it's a different kind of an event. It's a one-time event. We put together a Demolition Derby. So the way this is going to work, we have 14 cars that are registered. We'll release one car each into the wheel at each time. They'll spin around, they'll move around, they'll bounce off of obstacles, they'll land somewhere, and they'll end up with points. At the end of releasing the 14 cars into the circle, we will pause and we'll find out who our winner is. Now, it's possible we could have a tie score. If we have a tie score, then we'll do a runoff and run the ties back into the wheel again. But I promise you, this should be an exciting event. It'll be different than our normal race. Have a little more action in terms of how the cars move around and bounce around. And again, it's something brand new. So with that, we present to you the 2022 Dayton 500 Demolition Derby. And with that, our first entry to the Demolition Derby is Matt Gemperline in a McLaren, and we're going to release his car into the wheel. Our second participant in the Demolition Derby is Maurice James from JFS in an Acura. Our third car is Rita Harden, and she's in the rescue fire truck from Administrative Services. Our fourth car is Jessica Abernathy from HSPD, and she's in a Porsche. Our next car is Helen Jones Keller from the Adamus board, and she's in the Cruise Bruiser mobile. Our next car is Jerry Pegues from HSPD in a Honda CRX. Our next participant in the Demolition Derby is Andrew Kinder from DDS in a Ford Shelby. Next up, we have Carrie Gray from the County Commission office in the Cabin Fever red variant. Our next car is Janet Holman from OMB in a Pontiac Firebird. Next, Jerry Pegues is back in another vehicle. This time she's in a Peterbilt semi-cab. Our next car is Chris Williams from our Assistant County Administrator from Business Services in a Jeep Cherokee Ski Patrol. Next entry in the Demolition Derby is James Alford from Data Processing in the Auditor's Office in a Nissan Skyline. And our next participant is Chris Williams again, Assistant County Administrator in a red sports van from Administrative Services. And our final participant in this year's Demolition Derby is Helen Jones Keller, back again from the Adamus board in the Too Tough truck. And now all of our participants have gone into the Demolition Derby. We're going to take a brief pause and we're going to look at our points and see where we are. We're back to the 2022 Demolition Derby. Our judges have reviewed the board and we've made the decisions based on what the majority of the car position, where the majority of the car position was placed with regard to points. And from that review, we have three finalists now who tied in points. We have our first runner for the finalists is Matt Gemperline in the McLaren from HSPD Team Homelessness. And he's in the McLaren. We're going to run him back in for his semifinal run. Next up, we have Helen Jones Keller from the Adamus board in the Bruiser Cruiser, going back in for her semifinal run. And finally, we have Chris Williams in the Jeep Patrol from Business Services, Business Solutions. And it looks like from the way they've gone into the Demolition Derby. I'm sorry, I can't see the points. Here's the points. So I want to thank all of our participants who were in the Demolition Derby for their sponsorships, for their funding of UNCF, and for well, participating in something new. And I want to congratulate our winner of the Demolition Derby, Matt Gimperline from HSPD Homeless Solutions in the McLaren. We have a trophy that we prepared especially for this event, and it will be presented to Matt. This is the trophy we have for the Demolition Derby. So with that, thank you again, and we're going to sign off from Demolition Derby.